Good morning, members. I hope everyone's well. Just Sam here out on the course at Northants. Currently Tuesday morning. It's around 6:30, 7 a.m. and I'm currently stood on the 13th green. I thought this morning would be a great opportunity to talk about the different grasses and the species that we have in our greens here at Northants. I'm sure you have all listened to my previous videos. I do one of these videos probably around every May discussing the different grass species, but also I'm sure you've all keenly followed our overseeding strategies and regimes on the greens here at Northants. Our greens are built up from bentgrass and from Poa annua, the majority of them. Probably around a 60-40 mix, I'd say, in favour of Poa. Now, the issue with Poa is it flowers, it seeds. So when you're out on the greens, you'll see little white seed heads. This can affect ball roll. However, we're using a number of different products to try and regulate those seed heads affecting ball roll, but it will still produce a flower. The bentgrass in the greens is what we're really after. There's a number of golf courses in and around the country that will have predominantly bentgrass greens. Some overseed with a creeping bentgrass because it requires less water, it requires less fertiliser, and it's much more disease tolerant. Like I mentioned, I'm sure you've been keenly watching these videos and you'll notice from our grading work last August that we have overseeded with brown top bentgrass as per our agronomy report. And like I say, from a sustainability point of view, we will be able to produce a better surface that requires less resource. So if I just bring you down to the green here, you'll be able to see the dark green patches and the lighter green patches. So the dark green is our bentgrass. Like I say, this requires less water, less fertiliser, and is much more disease tolerant. The lighter green, if I just draw your attention into here, the lighter green is our Poa annua. Now you can see these sort of really small, minute seed heads in the Poa annua. This can affect ball roll, especially this time of year. The Poa does like to flower every May. Due to conditions, the bentgrass thrives better at this time of year, and the Poa hasn't really kicked in yet with growth. So that's why you see the different grass species, especially this time of year. And like I say, the flowering plant really doesn't help that because it's aesthetically, you can notice it to the eye. Now going forward, we want to try and increase our bentgrass populations. Like I say, from a sustainability point of view, less water, less fertiliser and more disease tolerant. So for us to increase the bentgrass populations, and in particular the brown top bentgrass populations, that's what we're really aiming for, and try and reduce the amount and the volumes of Poa annua on the greens. From a cultural point of view, this time of year we try and heavily scarify or heavily verticut the Poa seed heads out, and also the brown top bent leaf, the way it sits, it sort of flops, it can flop over because it's a lot fatter than the Poa annua leaf, so therefore it can flop over. So we try and verticut this back up and then cut it so that we get a clean cut. However, one thing I would like to stress is we take regular data readings of our smoothness and trueness, and I appreciate aesthetically to the eye you can notice the different grass species, but from a ball roll point of view, I'm really pleased with how we're regulating the two types of grasses, and also we're making sure that the seed heads don't affect ball roll too much. And like I say, some of the products we're applying and the cultural practices we're doing, we're keeping those seed heads to almost like a minute seed head that sits lower than the canopy so it doesn't affect ball roll. So hopefully in a nutshell, that explains what's going on the greens at Northants. We have the same questions every year, and also going forward, we want to try and increase those bentgrass populations. So hope that makes sense. Hope everyone's enjoying their golf, and we'll see you on the course.